think there's one more crate.
Thank you.
There we go, man. Took longer today than I think to finish this than I thought. We're done. Oh, we're getting ready to primer it. We're not done. That. So we got everything finished in 320. Bondo, the surrounding areas, and we're gonna hit it with some CK primer now. I need my tire cover here. We'll go mix some primer up and be done with this job. So you can hear. Alright, so we're going to use the Refinish Solutions primer. Primer. Go ahead and stir it up real quick. Grab a paint cup. Mixing cups. Alright. I don't know if you can see or not. I should probably get the tripod. Anyway. So we got this cleaned up in here a little bit. Didn't really get much done. Got a little grinding done. Around where we're going to cut it. We gotta grind that side. Whoop, no focus. Same deal over here. A lot of body work. Somebody's welded some metal in, so we gotta. Oops. It's gonna take a little time to cut all that out, make something out of it. Yeah. But it's just coming along. Coming along. Had to get this thing done and out of here. It's been too long. One of those jobs just won't go away. So anywho, there we go. Beautiful. Alrighty then. I'll mix a little primer up here. Probably too much, like I always do. That back there. So Rick Fix's Rick Fix video of the Nova. Looking good. Gonna have to take my Nova out now. I'm going blind. I think I've already gone blind. This is a 4-to-1 primer. I build 2K. It's like $75, $80 a kit. So anywho, that's where we're at. We're just gonna slam this down and move on to the next stuff. Got the Black Jeep out back there and a Tiburon. Tiburon's gonna have to go to the frame machine. So we're gonna get that done this week. Yep, Tommy, I just threw that on the floor, for real. Now Hans will have something to do when I get done and be able to come out here and clean up. So, anywho, we're using the starting line DeBelvis. Put the primer on with. Let me get a mask. Alright, maybe we find a mask. What's up, Round Dog? Did you think I was calling you? Round Dog. And the black cat, Kiki. Okay. So we're in a well-ventilated area, and I really don't have time to go get a mask, and we're going to go ahead and prime this. You should always wear a mask, though. Well, of course, you don't have one. Get some airflow in here. We got the fan on back there. Okay. Little tip for you guys out there: you finish your Bondo down to 320, there's nothing for the primer to shrink into, so you don't have to wait as long. Coats on there and we should be good, and we'll go right to 400. You can go to 4 or even use 600, you know, when you finish it in 320. There's a lot less blocking. I was questioning the build of a product at the NACE show, standing around a bunch of paint dicks, you know, Michigan guys, some Diamond guys, and when I was questioning the thickness of some primer, it reminded me that primer is not part of the bodywork process, that it's part of the refinishing process, and that if you use primer to straighten the car, that you probably are heading for trouble. And they recommended guide coating the mud work and finishing the mud and making it straight, and then priming the car. So that was a little tip that I was given, you know. don't depend so much on the primer to fill the scratch and make the car straight, you know. Sort of make that part of the bodywork process. So we got all our tape rolled backwards here, back tape, so we got a soft line. I don't like to leave a hard edge anywhere. I'll let this flash off for a minute. That looks pretty good. That was all caved though. Caved, bad. But yeah, that's just a little tip. I like to finish it down as fine as I can get it. I worked at a shop for years where we finished everything in 180, and even 80 grit was acceptable. And painter was constantly redoing stuff for scratches and stuff. And when I went from that shop to the next shop, they wanted everything to feel like a baby's butt when they got it in the paint shop. They didn't want to be responsible for filling any scratches up with primer. They did very little warranty work on their paint there. Probably one of the better shops I've worked at. The owner was actually a painter that came into some cash and opened the body shop, and very meticulous about his paint work and how the stuff was prepped. So it was a learning curve for sure. I was used to sending the old rough stuff up there, and they were like, "Whoa, wait a minute, that's not going to work here." So noticed a big difference in the quality of the jobs coming out of that shop, and just the body work was a lot nicer, finishing it down that extra step. All right, let me hammer another coat on this. See here, put you over here. I just pulled the filters out of the hood. It pulls right through the doors now. Anyway, we'll probably take a break on this one, wrap it for the night, let HPR take over for your moonlight video pleasure. He's the up all night guy, so that works good, man. You guys from Canada can keep the videos going when the guys from the US fall asleep. Tomorrow we'll get in here and we'll grind on this a little more. I don't want to grind. I got my neighbors right next door, so it's a school night, so we'll keep it sort of quiet. And tomorrow we'll get the grinding and get this rocker panel out of here. And we're gonna have to make some bottoms, I'm pretty sure. Definitely found over here was pretty rusted. I don't know if the video will pick that up, but I have to rebuild this head section down at the bottom. So, gonna have to do something here. This is all Bondo. Doesn't look very nice. And they didn't like that at all, so we're gonna get rid of this. And looks like some Bondo right here too. So we'll clean all this up and make some panels down there and metal finish them. But yeah, as far as the center post, rear quarter panel looks really good. So all those areas will be pretty easy to deal with, no rust. Main reason is there was a little rust over there. They were a little rusty up front where they start taking on water. Little front pieces. Then we had some structural damage on that side, so that's the main reason to replace them. It's not a rusty car. Usually you're dealing with a lot of rust. You got a car coming in after this one that's a total rust bucket. That's what these will go in. Use some used parts on it and make it pretty again. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Didn't really get a whole lot done on this one today. I always have bigger plans than have energy to complete, so better than thinking small, I guess. All right, so yeah, feel pretty good. That's prime. That's a big accomplishment for me anyway. That was a lot of body work. I hate doing body work, so. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys are still awake. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, rate the videos, good or bad.